his employment duties on 15 May 2016, the Minister addressed a letter to Eskom Board directing the Board to rescind its decision to reinstate Mr. Molefe on the basis that, I quote, the appropriate process was not followed in the appointment of Mr. Molefe, close quotation mark. Eskom subsequently informed Mr. Molefe on 2 June 2017 that the reinstatement agreement was rescinded. Mr. Molefe's case is that he never resigned, but instead applied for early retirement. The early retirement agreement was the only reason for his departure from Eskom. He states that there was a common misunderstanding between him and Eskom about his early retirement and pension payments, which rendered that agreement void, with the result that the status quo being his employment as Group Chief Executive Officer was restored by operation of the law. Consequently, he argues, the Minister neither made nor was she required to make any decision as to his appointment and reinstatement, and no question of a review arises. The type judgment will form part of the record. I will just read our findings. We have concluded that the decision by Eskom to approve Mr. Molefe's early retirement and to conclude the early retirement contract is ultra-virus and void for non-compliance with the 2016 Memorandum of Incorporation. On the question whether Mr. Molefe resigned, we concluded that Mr. Molefe terminated his employment relationship with Eskom either by agreement or resignation. The contention that Mr. Molefe's original contract of employment did not come to an end is contrived and is manifestly false. On the question whether the purported reinstatement agreement was lawful, we came to the conclusion that the reinstatement of Mr. Molefe as Group Chief Executive Officer at Eskom is at variance with the principle of legality and is invalid and falls to be set aside. We also found that Mr. Molefe was never entitled to receive any pension benefits from Eskom Pension Fund, and any payments made in lieu of such benefits were patently unlawful. In the result, the following order is made. A. The decision taken by the Board of Eskom in November 2016 to accept Mr. Molefe's early retirement proposal is reviewed and set aside. B. The decision made by the Minister to appoint and reinstate Mr. Molefe to the position of Group Chief Executive at Eskom is reviewed and set aside. C. It is declared that any payment or sum of money received by Mr. Molefe under any purported pension agreement between him and Eskom is invalid, and Mr. Molefe is ordered to repay such amounts within 10 days of this order. D. Mr. Molefe is ordered to pay the cost, including the costs of 2 counsel where so employed. That is the order I would make.
I agree.
I agree.
It is so ordered. Court adjourns.